Hello everyone, thank you for joining me again. I have a flip through video of a weekend I spent in Chicago, so it is like a vacation mini album. It is nice and chunky and detailed. I went to Chicago for the first time with the baby is the one thing. Never flew with the baby before. 2, never been to Chicago before. 3, it was for my favorite aunt's wedding. So there's a lot of pictures in here. Believe me, I probably could have printed a whole lot more, but I limited myself. And this is a 6x8 Becky Higgins Project Life album that I was able to score for like $5 at Michael's. They were clear and stout, and so I think I snagged 2 of them, plus an album I did with the Week in the Life that might have been posted before this or after this, but there's another album that I've used. Some of the stickers in the book are this one. I brought this on Blitsy in a recent haul. This is the Wander collection. And then a lot of the paper I used is from this Serenity paper pad by Craftsmith. This is from Michael's. I hauled this a long time ago, but it's like a gray, blush pink, and like a dusty blue colorway, and I loved it. And I thought, since the wedding the bridesmaid all wore a blush tone anyway, and I have a lot of city photos that the gray worked well and the marble, so you'll see this paper is what I used a lot in here. Okay, I haven't made a charm or anything to document that it's Chicago, because I have one that's pink like this on my channel when I went to Las Vegas for the first time, and also got engaged that weekend, it turned out. So now I have 2 pink albums that will be 2 cities that I've visited. So when I open it up, let me zoom in a little bit so that you can see as much as possible. And if you have any questions, just ask them down below, okay? So this started off with a piece of acetate. This is from an old beautiful mess box that I had, and it's been sitting in my collection. I just cut it down to 6x8 and used it in here, so just kind of like white hash marks. The alpha is from an old sticker collection. I don't know the name, but these are from that sticker sheet, this one that I just told you about. Studio Calico Mega Date stamp, and this, we had the window seat with me and Valentina, so I was able to take a picture of our takeoff. I have all of our ticket stubs. I did go with my in-laws, so I had my mother-in-law and my father-in-law with me, as well as Miguel, so we just passed baby along whenever she lost her mind for a change of scenery, but she did sleep on takeoff. I'm happy about that. And so we just did a selfie. These are some crepe paper tiny word stickers from Maggie Holmes. O'Hara Airport. This was a map that was given to us at our car rental place, so that's a tip in order to start collecting paraphernalia. I just cut it down to size and used it in my book of Chicago. So this is the whole city that we were gonna conquer. I put some wrapping paper in the back, and then I collected a few postcards of the city that I liked, that I was never going to get this like point of view, so I had to buy it. The sticker is from that sticker sheet still. Our first lunch was at Portillo's. I'd never been, so it's Chicago style hot dogs. Oh, I put a little Avery tab on here, but I didn't put any of the insert. I gotta do that. So it was a selfie, and then I did take a picture of what I ordered, and I kept the menu in here. Another tip to collect the menus whenever you visit another city. Project Life card. We did the boat tour, so we were able to go under some of the bridges in Chicago, so that's how I got that photo. Nice selfie of us. This was printed on the internet, so it wasn't really a sticker. I just was more ambitious and went online and found like Chicago stickers as I googled it and used that. A Mombi clear sticker. It says, today was a great day, remember this. Totally obsessed. Chicago, I'm from New York City. Chicago is beautiful. Chicago is gorgeous, and I'm from New York City. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Like, I fell in love this weekend. It was a 4 or 5 day trip. This was all from the boat tour. Such a great, clean, beautiful, designed well city. A Mombi sticker right here again, a big 5x7, and this is some wrapping paper that I kind of folded and made it into like an interactive page. I did take this one. It's a 5x7. This explores from that Wander sticker sheet again. And then the inside cover are some more postcards I did purchase. That's from Wander sticker book, and then a wood veneer. Postcard once again. Some journaling. This was like a factoid behind this photograph, so I didn't want to forget what it said about the Great Fire of of 1871, and then my comment about how I love Chicago. It was also my mother-in-law's birthday, so we went to Lalo's. It's a restaurant in Chicago. These are just family pictures. These are all Project Life cards from Mombi, sorry. They're the ones with the 90-degree angles, so I didn't have to do anything with them, which is great because I'm having trouble going through my older Project Life cards because I don't like the rounded corners anymore, so I have to like cut them all down and then make 3x4 cards and stick them on there so I can still have the design. Long story. I'm sure you're doing the same process. Valentina's so tiny she gets her baths in the hotel sinks. We went to the Sears Tower. This is still that wrapping paper from the other sheets. I just was able to put a strip down. And I put cardstock on the back of a regular page protector because this was a bigger picture that I did want to use in here. This is a 5x7 as I printed it. This is on the back of these. This was purchased as well as this one from the Sears Tower. We went up and did the whole ledge. So this is like those, you know, computer generated ones, but I love them so much, and the scrappy person in me was like, yes please, I'll take all the souvenir photos you just offered me and take all my money. Here's the other piece of that acetate from the beginning. I kept our ticket stub, another idea to keep your ticket stubs or trips or whatever you do, and our wristbands are on the back. So that's what we had to have in order to go up on the sky deck. How cool is that? These are just more building pictures. This was at Navy Pier. Oh, we're still at the sky deck. We did the double-decker bus. I got our tickets on Groupon, so I kept like the little booklet that they had for us, and then I kept the whole map that we would have all our stops at. Sorry about that. That was my phone. Wood veneer. This is printed from the internet. It was like a little like places to see in Chicago that I wanted to keep and not type out. I just like the font because it went from like smaller to bigger, which is pretty cool. We went to Millennial Park and saw the the Mercury bean. I printed it really big. I like the photo, and I got this big building behind it. The fountain. This is still from the Wanderer collection. This paper pad is actually called Mixed Media. It's one of those paper pads too from Michael's for $5. Is that one and this one? That's the Mercury bean again. Another tip that we ate at I'm going to say this horrible. Giordano's? We had deep dish pizza here, so I kept the bag that it came in and backed it with, again, Mixed Media paper from that paper pad that I just liked. Us kind of a selfie with the Sears Tower in the back. Cut a piece of acetate. We were walking over the bridge. Just thought it was really cool. I don't know any of those people, but we did it. Postcard, internet picture, which was just cool to have, like the Sears Tower, the bean. I think they call it a cloud. The Navy Tower, and then the Navy Pier, and then the train. It was just a cool artwork that I found online that I just kind of printed. This was a postcard as well. This is from the bus for the Chicago Theater. Navy Pier. So that's from the internet. I just printed it. So here's one of those days, this cards I say. So what I'm doing with the old cards that have the rounded corners, I'm just trimming it down, which makes it have a border. So you're going to need to make like an actual 3x4 card for them to work. This one I think was the picturesque, or prismatic collection. Okay. So this is from the internet. We went to Wrigley Field and I printed out the train schedule, train map, because we took the trains to Wrigley Field. We went for my aunt's wedding, so the back side is her wedding invitation. And then I printed the photo here. This I used the Maggie Holmes die cut set for that. This is from the Inspiration chipboard piece. This is from the paper pad I showed you in the beginning. This is just a doily from the dollar spot. I made these cards. This is from paper pad as well. I put a doily on it. Paper pad as well. I used my heart punch, and then tiny word stickers from Tim Holtz. Wood veneers. That was her dress. I kept the itinerary for the wedding. Still some doilies. Still the paper pad. This was a Inspiration Project Life card. Again, I cut it down. A big family photo. This is all from the paper pad. They had a lot of rose gold foiling inside. This was included with the invite. It was like the historical lesson on the building or the house that she got married in. And so I made it a little interactive. I punched a hole and used some ribbon. And that way this is not stuck down all the way, so it can constantly just be read. I wanted to keep that. Valentina was one of the flower girl-esque babies in there, and that's with my in-laws. That's my little nephew. So this was like the little thank you for coming on their little favors, which were, I think they were like bottle openers. So I kept that. The menu I kept, and then our placement card I kept too, and I kind of kept it right there. She mailed out thank you cards. I put it in here as well. We had breakfast the next day and just hanging out with my whole family. And then we had an evening flight home back to Fort Lauderdale. And then I kept our ticket stubs. And then this was the rest of all of my paraphernalia from my trip. So any business card, I got like my hair done, and you know, our ticket receipts are, and in there too are how we took the train. This was like our car to get those pictures back from the souvenir place. That was the menu from Giardo's. I can't even say it right. I know I'm butchering that. And then we had Garrett's popcorn as well, which is famous in Chicago, that I just got a clean one. And I'm going to probably have to stick that, you know, just back there so I never lose the rest of it. Yeah, and that was my Chicago weekend. So fun. Families. I conquered that city. I fell in love with that city. So cool to do. And I love doing these mini albums because like last weekend was Labor Day weekend. My sister was in town, and all I did was bring this over to the house to show the family, because we're always, you know, having Labor Day weekend, have barbecue, and everyone just loved it. So I like, you know, almost getting the compliments too on how beautiful it looks and how much time it takes. And this is, you know, what us crafters like to do. So to me, it doesn't take much effort, just time. And I did this one mostly at night once I put Valentina to sleep, which she is sleeping through the night, thankfully, and I'm blessed for that. So I'm able to work on this a little bit. So that's why there's not really a process video, because I work on it at night. I'll sometimes work on it on my floor, and I just kind of, you know, put it together slowly. So it was hard to do a process video for that, but I do have a few other layouts coming, which has been fun. And so, yeah, that was my Chicago trip. I hope you enjoyed a few of my tips on when you go to other cities on what to collect and how to keep your pages fun, and spending some time with me. Thank you as always. Bye, everyone.